So good morning. It's a pleasure to see the names and the greetings here, and it's such a friendly event to see the good mornings and the various emoji and and the good wishes. Thank you for this wonderful experience each morning. So as we start our meditation today, I want to like to offer a couple of introductory comments. When I was practicing in Burma, my teacher liked the analogy of looking at a line of ants in the distance, black ants. And he said, from a distance, you might just seem like a continuous stream of blackness, like a thread or something. But if you get close, you see that there's little gaps between the ants. And in fact, they're discrete ants, not one long cord of, black cord or something. And it's a little bit similar to the idea that so the idea is the mind sees continuity, where in fact there is no continuity, there's discrete ants. It's a little bit like the idea of seeing a fire wand. If someone takes and swirls it around in a big circle fast enough, we'll see a circle, even though we know the wand's only in one place at a time. But the mind kind of constructs the totality of the circle. So the Buddha says the same thing about our minds, that our minds will construct, in some ways, our image, our ideas of what reality is. And he uses the example of sewing things together, that desires and thoughts and stories sew the discrete parts of our experience together into a story, into a continuity of events, a sense of continuity, where actually what there is discrete events itself. So this week we're talking about suffering, or these weeks, the Four Noble Truths. And suffering is one of those things that can exist in some kind of discrete way, but also we sew it together. We react to it, we make stories out of it, we think about how it was yesterday, how it'll be tomorrow. And but in moment to moment as we exist, we often can live as if, this is forever, this is permanent. We might logically know it's not going to be that way, but there can be a sense that suffering is, just one mass of suffering that continues. What mindfulness meditation begins to do as we settle in, is we stop sewing it together. We stop seeing it, the continuity, and start seeing the discreteness of each thing that occurs. And this capacity to just respond and allow things to be as they are in the open palm of awareness. Offering the response of just being aware of what's there. In a simpler and simpler awareness, we begin leaving things alone, and we begin quieting down the sewing action of the mind, the part of the mind that ties things together in some kind of continuity. And there's a whole different opportunity for equanimity, for peace that's possible when the sewing has stopped, and we just kind of see each thing in and of itself as it is, discrete, or as if it's just a particular event of this moment right now, and we don't tie it together with past and future, just this moment. So that'll be kind of a little bit in the background, I hope, for this morning's meditation. So if you could take a meditative posture and gently close your eyes. And maybe wiggle around a little bit in your body and stretch to side, rock forward and back, to find yourself kind of in your body and also centered in your body. So your body can maybe help it gather together in a little bit more harmony And then to take a few long, slow, deep breaths, gentle breaths, maybe even loving breaths. Again, as a way of reminding your body, reminding your heart, reminding your mind that here is where the action is. Here and now is where the world of meditation is found. And to exhale, maybe long, as a way of relaxing, not forcing the exhale, but relaxing with it so it extends longer, fuller, as settling as you exhale. And then letting the breathing return to normal. And perhaps also just more generally softening, relaxing the body. The more tension there is in the body, the more tendency there is to think. The less tension there is, the easier it is for the mind to relax and for thinking to be softer, gentler. If it's easy enough to do, you can think quieter. Think in a quieter voice. Maybe think slower. And for a few moments, maybe think about the immediacy of your experience. Almost like you're giving yourself meditation instructions to connect to your present moment experience. And then within your body, as part of your bodily experience, become aware of your breathing, where you experience the inhale as a discrete event, just its own event with no before and after, just the experience of the body expanding, filling with air, the pressure that arises. And when the inhale's over, experiencing the exhale as a discrete event. It might certainly be possible to experience the continuity of inhales and exhales. But for now, as if each inhale is a complete universe to itself. Allow yourself to experience each inhale by itself, each exhale by itself, just its own thing. And then within the inhale, there are discrete sensations. There are particular sensations that occur at the beginning of the inhale and then disappear near the middle of the inhale. Discrete sensations that occur at the end of the inhale, which disappear as the exhale occurs. Discrete sensations of breathing that occur at the different points of exhaling, inhaling, with a very relaxed mind, not trying so hard, not trying at all almost like the opposite of trying, but still being receptive, being very open to experience the particular discrete sensations that come and go in breathing, almost as if each sensation is a massage. Each sensation, as it's received in awareness, allows awareness to involve less efforting, where the mindfulness muscle relaxes in favor of receiving, allowing things to occur. And the thinking mind becomes quieter still, so it can better feel and sense the experiences. And then as we continue sitting here, if anything occurs to you that even remotely could be considered a form of suffering, stress, annoyance, pain, discomfort, you might want to try to hold it in awareness, like holding it in the soft palm of awareness, completely allowing it to be that way. Seeing if you can adjust yourself, settle yourself, to not make stories or to not have desires in relationship to it, or not sew it together with ideas of past and future, but simply to allow this uncomfortable situation, feelings, to exist discreetly, simply. And as you do so, you might notice that it's not really continuous. It comes and goes, arises and passes, and our awareness of it, our attention to it, also changes. One moment we're experiencing it, another moment we're thinking about something. Or we're hearing a sound and we hear the sound instead. We might believe the discomfort is continuous because we're sewing it together. The mind is fast, like spinning of the fire wand. But as the mind gets quieter and stiller, less reactive, we start seeing the moment-to-moment discontinuity, how each moment experience, allowed to be itself, has some quality within it of inconstancy, of change, some way in which it comes and goes in experience. Allowing things to be themselves, but only being aware without thoughts and desires, tying it together. not so much searching for discrete experiences. It is continue to soften, relax, open awareness, allowing the awareness to become quieter, the mind to become quieter, so that awareness is more receptive, more allowing, not directing the show, but a little bit more like the audience to the show, observing the coming and going of phenomena. And then as we come to the end of this sitting, for you at this time, sitting here, what is the opposite of suffering? What's the opposite of whatever emotional, mental discomfort that you experienced now or these days? What's the wholesome opposite? And do you have a reference point within for this? Do you have a place in your body where there's some sense of happiness or joy or peace? Some sense of calm or well-being? Is there some corner of the heart or the mind where the opposite of dukkha, distress, suffering exists for you? And can you gently, like you're gently blowing on the flames of a fire to make it glow more, can you gently wish yourself well, wish yourself more of this well-being, even if it's just a little spark within. Maybe as you breathe, to breathe through the place in your body, your heart, your mind, that might be the home for well-being. And to bring to yourself goodwill, generosity, a friendliness and care for yourself. You yourself are an appropriate recipient of your own care, your own wish for this capacity for well-being to grow and spread throughout your body, through your heart and through your mind. And to whatever degree, even if it's just a small little ember, may it be that your well-being, your knowledge, your experience of calm or peace be a place from which you offer kindness, care, goodwill to the world around you. May the glow of your kindness spread throughout you and from you out into the world.